Hello everyone, it's Laura. Welcome back. So I'm in a bit of a coloring slump again, so I've reverted back to crochet. I was in a bit of a crochet slump for quite a while. So this project has been sitting unworked on for months, and I'd like to get back to it. I'm working on another project too, a granny square project that I just finished all the granny squares. I'm tying in all the ends, or weaving in all the ends, and then I will sew the whole thing together, and then I'll have a blanket. So I'll probably post that on my Instagram when I'm done. But for this is a, let me get this out of the way. This is a blanket. It's fairly wide. I made it kind of wide, probably wider than I should have, for the amount of yarn that I have. I'll probably have to buy more yarn, but it's okay. It's inexpensive yarn. The yarn I'm using is, it doesn't come in cakes like this. It comes in skeins. It's the I Love This Yarn print from Hobby Lobby in the color Sunset, and it creates this really pretty print with like these streaks of orange and the occasional random streak of blue, which I think is kind of funny. This blue, can you see that? Hardly ever shows up. I feel like they could have done it without that. There's blue in here, like this nice pale blue. This bright blue just kind of shows up randomly. But I like the orange and the purple. So I've got a pattern. And let's see if I decided this was probably the crochet hook I was using. You know, that was probably something I should have written down. I don't think it said. It said to use a G hook, but with this type of yarn, I usually use an I. I've got a little bit of yarn left here from the project. So let's see where we were. So we're done with row 1. We're always going to be on row 2. So we chained 3, 1 double crochet in the same stitch, 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Get myself familiar with the pattern again. Double crochet the next 3 stitches, double crochet 2 together. Oh gosh, how do I do that? I should have looked at this before I turned it on. Double crochet 2 together, double crochet, need to watch this video. First 2 loops, loop, all 3. Okay, let's try that. So where was I? I was here. I need to double crochet. This is the dip right here. This is a wave pattern. So this is the dip of the wave. Double crochet 2 together twice. So double crochet. Let's watch that again. 2 loops, and then through 3 loops. Okay. I think I got it. 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. We'll know right away if I didn't get it. Two double crochet in the next 2 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So this is the top, this is the peak of the wave. So we need to add stitches. Running out of yarn on this. Have a knot too. So how's your day been going? How's your week been going? How's your month been going? Although I guess when I put this out, your month will have just started. So hopefully it's been going well. Then we want to, now we're in the valley again. We want to double crochet 2 together. Okay, I think I got the pattern. And does that look good? That looks good. Having trouble seeing what I'm looking at with you guys. That's a little better. So I'll be honest, life has been a little on the rough side for me. I've been having a lot of anxiety. My mom hasn't, oh, cat hair. Cat hair in my projects is just like a constant thing, by the way. My hair in my projects is a constant thing. But anyway, my mom hasn't been feeling well. I won't go into like too much detail because it's her business, but yeah, she's having tests done, and it's nothing serious because she's had tests done to rule out anything serious. Start with the new color. Never very good at this. And so that was a relief because I spent a lot of time worrying about, you know, what if it's serious? What if it's life-threatening? And when that was ruled out, that was a relief. But now it's just kind of a constant issue that hasn't been resolved. There's just cat hair everywhere. I don't even know what cat this is. Hi, sweetie. That's my cat. Come to visit? Want a pet? Want a pet? I wonder what cat this is. Was I working on this? Kind of looks like Maggie, but we don't have Maggie anymore, and that was a long time ago. I didn't think I was working on this that long ago. Anyway. It's just been kind of a rough month, and then just an anxiety-inducing month. Just going back and checking because I'm not sure. I want to make sure everything's in the right spot. I had a lot of trouble when I first started this blanket, which is why this isn't a cake, because I had to rip it out a bunch of times. So I rewound it. I started with a different pattern, and it wasn't working. It was a sharp chevron pattern, and I was really struggling with the sharpness of the V's, like the angling of it all. And before that, I started with another pattern that was beautiful, but I could not figure out the pattern. It felt really stupid. And it was a very simple pattern, but I couldn't get it to work, and I don't know if there was something wrong with the pattern, and everybody else just managed to work around it and I couldn't. So I don't know. Finally stuck on this one. Here's from the Crochet Crowd, called Crochet Baby Lazy Wave Blanket. How's the weather where you are? It's weird here. It was lovely for about a week. It was like in the low 70s. It was beautiful. And then we had like a torrential downpour this past weekend with thunder and lightning, and oh, it was such a mess. And we got like over 4 inches of rain in a few days. And it was just, it was a mess. A lot of flooding, a lot of roadway issues. And today was supposed to be my clean the house day. I cleaned the bathroom except for the shower. The shower needs to be finished cleaning. I've already started it, I just need to finish it. Everything else is clean. I did the dishes last night. I need to unload the dishwasher. And I need to wipe down the countertops. And dusting, I'm not like, I do some of it. I don't live in a very big house. I live in a really small house. So there's not like a ton to dust to begin with. But like, I don't know. It's kind of like a capacity thing with me and mental illness, and I'm sure people with physical illness. Like, you only have so much capacity to do things with. And sometimes dusting just falls off the wayside. Like, I'll dust here and there, and then like the rest of it just doesn't get done. Where was I? Oh, here we are. Like, I don't have a lot of like open flat spaces to dust anyway. I have a lot of knick-knacky shelves and stuff that would be really difficult to reach and dust. So sometimes I'll just go over the tops of stuff with a Swiffer and dust that way, you know, to get cobwebs and stuff off of things. But out of space here. Something else I need to do today is vacuum and mop. Mopping is another thing that I kind of let go on the wayside. But after a storm, like a rainstorm, you kind of just have to mop. There's just muddy footprints and paw prints everywhere. So sorry, I keep stopping. I keep trying to make sure I'm in the right place in the pattern. I don't want to, this blanket is too big for this desk. Oops, and I keep hitting this light. Maybe I'll turn it over here. I do think this was the right hook size. I hardly ever use a G. For this yarn, I'm pretty sure for this yarn I don't know what it says to use for this yarn, but for this yarn I always use an I. What other kind of hobbies do you guys like to do, or is it just coloring? Lately I've been playing a lot of games. I've been playing a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley. And more recently, I've been playing Palia, which is a free game. Highly recommend if you're looking for a new game, but don't want to spend any money. There's nothing, you can buy stuff, like you can buy outfits and stuff in the shop, but you don't have to. There's nothing in the shop that makes your gameplay any better. More cat hair. Sorry, I'm lost in thought and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay. Anybody else like to crochet or knit or cross stitch or embroider or anything like that? I learned to crochet when I was really, really young. I started off with just learning how to do chains. I would just sit and do chains all the time, for no reason. My mom would get me really cheap, like Red Heart yarn, and I would just chain, because that's all I knew how to do. And then I think one of my first projects was probably a scarf. And then I made like a little cat mat for the cats that they probably never used. And like an oval cat mat that I'm sure my mom helped me with, because that would have involved decreases and increases. I have a bunch of crochet projects I want to work on. So I've got all this yarn that I bought last year. That I really didn't work with. Like this blanket is from last year, I think. The granny square blanket is from last year. The temperature blanket is from last year. Oh my gosh, that temperature blanket is going to do me in. Any of you done a temperature blanket before? I really don't recommend it. Unless you just really like changing colors all the time. It's just really not fun. I made it to July though, so I really need to finish. I'm committed and I've got all the yarn, and I really need to finish. So almost to the end of the row here. How long have we been doing this? About 30 minutes. So when we get to the end of the row, we'll call it quits. My dryer just went off. I wonder if it's actually done. I have blankets out on a patio chair for a stray cat that hangs out around our house, so I can have a comfy place to sleep. it sleeps during the day sometimes, and it likes to nap. So there's food out there for it too, and water. I know we're not the only people feeding it, but when I get the chance, I'll go out there and I'll brush it too, because it's got long fur. And during these storms, it gets pretty not matted, but just kind of stuck together. Oops. And he gets a little muddy. He's really a problematic cat. He's the reason we had to install a one-way cat door that only activates to my cat's chip. Because he was coming in and spraying on everything. But, you know, it's sad that he doesn't have a home, and we like to try and help kitties. Okay, so there's some different instructions for the last part of this. The last 4 stitches, 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, 2 double crochet in the last stitch. And that creates this edge that's going up right here along the side. So we're moving along. I just wish I hadn't made this blanket so wide. But it'll be really nice when it's done. And it's a relatively easy pattern, so it doesn't take a lot of focus, it just takes a little focus. Like, there were some points where I paused just to regroup and figure out where I was, but for the most part I was able to talk. So I think this is a good project to do crochet and chats with. I do the granny square one, but it's just going to be stitching. There's no crochet anymore. I finished all the crochet. So it's just whip stitching the squares together. But I will show a finished picture of it eventually on my Instagram when I'm finished. Whenever that is. I'm kind of dragging my feet on it because I want to crochet, not sew. But I really want that blanket to be done. So I hope all of you have had a wonderful day. And I will do another video soon. It might be another crochet video and not another coloring video. I know those aren't as popular. But I'm hoping we can just get into some kind of groove where, you know, whatever I'm doing at the time is okay. So I will see you all later. Bye!